Hi guys, welcome back as always. My name is Leyzar, and today, well, today we have something entirely different. We have a channel update where I give you updates on the channel. We're gonna be You see, that's why I don't do channel updates, because these are not scripted. I don't really have an agenda per se. I do have a couple of bullet points which I do want to mention. So let's start off with the elephant in the room. I am so sorry it's been so long since I did a channel update. I honestly didn't have the time. Even today, the only reason I have the time is because the baby is sleeping and the wife is sleeping and everything. I don't need to do anything right now in the house. So thumbs up for that. I think we got about 15 to 20 minutes. Hopefully we're gonna get to cover everything. I know I'm a bit long-winded. It's just how I am as a person. Hello to all the wonderful new faces. There's a lot of you guys since the last time we talked. So hello, I'm Leyzar. I am 36 years old. I live in Germany, right outside of Frankfurt. I am married and I have a almost 11-month-old baby daughter by the name of Annie. So let's start off on that topic. This has been the biggest change in my life since forever. Essentially, since forever. She's amazing. She's my heart and my soul. I never, you imagine how things are gonna be when your wife is pregnant and the baby's on the way. You imagine how things are gonna be, and you get ready, you baby proof the house, and you do all sorts of things, and you put the crib and you make the room and everything. But I never imagined it would be like this. She's just so amazing. She just like instantaneously warmed up my soul. I don't know how to put it any other way. I love her so much. She's the center of my universe and everything that I do. Now, unfortunately for us, it hasn't really been smooth sailing. When little Annie was born, some of you noticed, the patrons and subscribers, some of you guys noticed, Annie was born with some problems, unfortunately. She had an infection in her lungs. This is somewhat of a known and common issue among newborns, but of course it has different degrees of severity. A long story short, she spent about 2 weeks in intensive care in the best hospital in Frankfurt, and then another week just to make sure. She basically was kept under observation to make sure everything was okay. Everything turned out fine in the end. She's fine. She doesn't have any issues, any scarring, any remaining problems. She's not gonna be affected by what happened. But it was a soul-crushing experience. I don't wish on anybody to watch your newborn baby being hooked up to tubes and machines. It's fucking horrible. I almost lost it. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I almost lost my mind. But with a whole lot of money from my parents, from my mother's, from my wife's parents, and some from you guys, a couple of patrons, a couple of outstanding individuals stood up and said, "Hey, I'll help you with this," and either loan me big amounts of cash or simply straight up gave it to me. I was able to pay all the hospital bills, and Annie is 100% fine. 110%, because she's just so amazing. So yeah, that's how we started at birth. It was honestly, again, I don't wish this on anybody. It was horrible. But looking past that now, she is developing really, really nicely. She had 2.8 kilos out birth, I believe, which from what I understood was good. I need to check my facts. I may be wrong on this. Right now, she's about 9 kilos at 11 months, which I believe is really good. Again, the doctor told us everything's good. She's developing nicely. She's saying mama. She's saying dada. She's saying caca. Now, caca is when she poops. She actually tells you caca, caca, caca. It's amazing. It's really amazing, man. It's truly. And for a little baby, she packs a punch. I need to air out the entire house after she's done. But she's just so amazing. Other than that, Annie's doing fine. She's developing nicely. She's eating everything. She is almost. She is walking. If you hold her little hands, okay. If you try and if you hold her little hands, she's walking quite nicely. She's very brave. she can stand on her own little feet for about 30 seconds until she poof on her little ass. On her little butt. She's just amazing. Normally this bed, this right here is open, is where she sits and where she plays, and I have like a big drawer here with all sorts of her clothes. Fun fact, this was actually a gift from one of the patrons. But now they're all, I kind of like cleaned house, cleaned the room, so you guys have like a nice view, so you don't see all the toys everywhere. So that's with baby Annie. Annie's fine. She's fine. She's amazing, and I love her very much. She also brought with her, alongside the amazing amount of joy and happiness that she causes, not just me and to my wife, but to her grandparents as well, and basically anybody that comes into contact with her. She's such a cheerful baby, always happy. Okay, she's a little bit of a brat sometimes too, but you're a baby. You're supposed to be a little bit of a rat, especially when she went through what she went through. Now, unfortunately, there's more less than ideal news as well. Very recently, my wife was diagnosed with a hernia. So that's a problem. Now, the hernia was caused by picking up the baby all the time, because my wife is the kind of person that never really did physical work. She worked out and all that good stuff, but she never really did physical work per se. She wasn't used to it, and she now has a hernia. I do believe it's on L5, the 5 vertebra from the lumbar region, right? From the base up, it would be like the 5th one. So that's a big concern. It's nothing serious from what we understood. We still need to consult our medic to see what exactly measures we're going to be taking. But from what I understood, it's going to be kinetotherapy or something like that. Something like, it looks like lightweight aerobics or working out. Something like super lightweight. I'm not entirely sure. From what I understood, you can't really take medicine for this kind of stuff except painkillers, anti-inflammatory medicine. And it can only be operated, something which she doesn't want to do, because from what I understood, it can be very, very dangerous. So we're not going to do that unless the doctor says we really, really have to. Baby Annie also brought a renewed sense of responsibility. And I'll be honest with you guys, I stayed clear of responsibility my entire life because it's scary, because it's a big deal, and I recognize the fact that it is a big deal. But now, baby Annie also brought that with her. A huge sense of responsibility, a huge sense that I gotta get this done, this needs to work, it needs to be okay, so I have everything I need for her. So there is that to take into account. She also came in the middle of a pandemic. Yeah, if that wasn't enough, it's the middle of a pandemic and everybody suffered. A lot of people suffered, a lot of issues. And the world is still basically recoiling from the effects of the pandemic. Now, things are slowly and surely probably gonna get back to normal with the vaccines out and everything. Oh, by the way, did you guys get vaccinated? We're not gonna start a whole discussion pro and anti-vac. Please don't do that, okay? This is not what this is about. Honestly, keep it to yourself. It's your business if you want to get or not get. I just thought it would be something I should ask. My wife got vaccinated. I'm next on the list to get vaccinated as well. And of course the baby cannot be, because you need to be like 12 years old or something like that to be able to be vaccinated. But as long as I'm good and my wife's good, she should be good. We don't really expose her all that much. Let's talk channel, shall we? The channel's doing okay. Definitely a steady growth. I'm happy with how the channel is going. Unfortunately, in more recent times, the United States decided to be a bit more greedy with the taxes. You guys are probably aware of that specific aspect. It's not a great thing. It's not gonna be the end of the world, because thankfully there's among you there are some that wanted to contribute, wanted to help, and became patrons overnight. Essentially, I never really push patronage on people, because it always feels a little bit weird, you know. It always feels a little bit weird, like pushing that onto people. But I'm gonna do it now with a smile on my face, my friends. If you want to make a difference, if you want to help, if you want to keep supporting the content, help keep it coming, by all intents and purposes, link in the cards right now. Check out Patreon. I do fantastic wallpapers. At least my patrons think so. Well, some of them think so. Go check it out, see the tiers, and see if there anything there that catches your eye, or you just want to do it to support me, support the channel. and support essentially everything that we do. Let's talk Warframe. Warframe in the last year, I feel, well, ever since 2020 started, ever since they did that whole mainline 2020 changes with the status changes and the damage changes, I feel it's been coming under a lot of scrutiny, a lot of criticism. Some of it justified from my subjective point of view, and some of it just wacko. I don't know what other way to put it. I'm okay with Warframe. I'm not gonna say I'm happy with it, because I still heavily dislike what they did with ranged weapons, what they did with the damage system. I heavily dislike the state of melee right now. I mean, some are simply content with melee, or even happy with melee just because it's powerful. My friends, is that it? Is that all? Just make it powerful? What about interaction? What about a spectacular gameplay? What about cool mechanics? What about that? You have one build, you spam me. That's it. Now granted, ranged weapons basically do the same thing. Okay, ranged weapons have like 2.5 builds and not even, but they used to have a whole lot more. You remember gas builds, yeah? Corrosive build, there were 2 types of slash builds, that's gone now. Ha! What can you do? Oh, this was the BRB section of the stream, because what you got in the background is like a K-Drive stream. Hold on, there. So you have stuff to look at. Look at me K-driving around. I was actually racing my friends, it was a lot of fun. What else was I saying? Yes, but hopefully we're gonna be getting that whole damage rework, the range buff, and the melee tweaking somewhere around TennoCon. TennoCon is right around the corner, and we know we're gonna be getting Yareli. I'm super excited to see what they do with Yareli. We saw the preview. If you guys don't know just yet, we saw the brand new Warframe. There's gameplay footage of her. You kind of get my live reaction to it. I'm gonna put a link in the cards right now if you're interested in the brand new Warframe. She looks interesting. It's a kawaii. Everybody says in the comments a kawaii Warframe. I don't know what's a kawaii Warframe. I don't know what it is. But it's like she does hearts and stuff and like anime. I think kawaii is anime or something of the sort, or a specific type of anime. I'm not sure. Even though I do watch animes. So that's it for Warframe. I can't say I'm happy with it per se. I'm okay with it. I play it almost every single day with my friends. I have a whole lot of fun, and I still believe that, especially when it comes to Warframe, it's less important what you do and more who you do it with. And I'm fully aware if you're a solo player, that doesn't really apply to you. Warframe content is gonna keep on coming. After they fix melee, I plan on doing melee as well. I'm still waiting on melee 3.0. Melee 3.0 has not been done. I don't think it will ever be done. It's still 2.999, don't make any confusion. And they gave up on the rage system, which was basically the only interesting part of melee 3.0. So, sadly not so great. But, what can you do? Perhaps in the future things will be a bit more interesting. And I think that's pretty much it with Warframe. Again, content will keep on coming, and among Warframe content, you're gonna get bits and drops of other stuff as well, like we did a little bit of Minecraft, like we did a bit of Devil May Cry, and so on and so forth. Now, of course, I'm not gonna go before I thank all our fantastic supporters, and by that I mean our patrons, our YouTube subs, our Twitch subs. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Honestly, without you guys, I would not be able to stand here today. I would not be able even to post this channel update, because it simply would not be worth it. You guys help keep the content coming, and for that we are very grateful. Thank you guys so much. And I do believe that's pretty much it, my friends. As always, my name has been Leyzar, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.